What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be talking about 5 things that I hate about my 370Z Nismo. These are just going to be like small nitpicky kind of things because overall I love this car, but yeah, we're just going to talk about 5 things that I wish could be different or they could change on the 370Z. And there's only one thing that's related to the Nismo specifically, but everything else is just 370Zs in general. So yeah, let's get right into it. Now the first thing I want to talk about is related specifically to the manuals, the manual 370Zs. And so as a lot of you guys know, the 370Zs, at least most of them, come with the auto rev match feature. And so what basically that does is whenever you put it into a gear, it's going to automatically rev match for you. And overall I do love this feature, but in some cases what the annoying part about it is when you put it in neutral, it automatically just revs, and that's can be kind of annoying, especially if you just want to like coast down a hill or something. Like it'll just rev whenever you put it in neutral, which can be kind of annoying. For example, like I'm putting it in neutral, I'm going about 40. Well, we're going at a red light right now, but like auto rev match. But then when you put it in neutral, well, right there it did a little rev, but I'll show you guys more in depth right now. So as you see right now, I'm going about 40 miles in 5th gear, and I'm gonna put it in neutral. You see it just revved to like 3,000 RPMs, even though it's in neutral. I wasn't planning on downshifting at all. It just revved it for no reason really, because it thinks you're changing into a gear, so it automatically revs. But yeah, sometimes it can be annoying because if you're just trying to put it in neutral, like when you're going at a red light, it'll just rev and you just kind of look like a douchebag, just revving your car for no reason. But yeah, it's not too big of a deal. Another thing I hate about the 370Zs, this is actually kind of a big major problem in a way, because it actually affects the car, and that would be the oil temps that occur on this car. So you could just be doing like one small pull and your temps will go up to all the way up to like 220, which is pretty high. Sweet spot would be like around 200, but yeah, it gets up there pretty quickly, which is kind of annoying. Which is probably, it's pretty crucial that you get an oil cooler on this car. I don't have one yet, but I do plan on getting one soon. But yeah, the oil temps, they just, I don't know why they go up so high so quickly, but yeah, it's kind of a big problem on this car. So yeah, if you own a 370Z, you always want to pay attention to your oil temps, make sure they're not getting too high. I say once they go past like 230, you want to take a chill and just let the car rest for a bit. 220 is like, okay, that's kind of like the threshold of where you should chill for a bit. So one little nitpicky thing I want to talk about, this is the Nismo specific issue I was talking about earlier, since this only comes on the Nismos, is this Alcantara steering wheel. And the problem with it is that the Alcantara is on the sides right here, which is usually where you have your hands like this. And what that happens over time is that you get kind of this, like, it just gets dirty right here, the Alcantara, since your hands are grabbing right here, and sometimes your hands get a little sweaty or something like that. It just stains the Alcantara right here, which is kind of annoying. Which is why I do plan on getting a different steering wheel in the future, just because of this problem. But yeah, it's kind of annoying. They should have replaced the leather in the Alcantara, vice versa, since it would have just been easier for the leather to not get stained. And another main issue with the 370Zs that I don't like is basically the fear of your CSC failing. And your CSC being your concentric slave cylinder, and this is for the manual Zs out there. Essentially, there's a big problem with the 370Zs where one day where if you just push the clutch pedal in, it's not going to come back out. Your CSC is going to fail, and basically that's just going to leave you stranded and have to get your car towed. So that's a big problem and fear with 370Zs, and I just wish like it wasn't so bad. I guess it's just because it's made out of plastic and it's just easy to break. So yeah, one day it could just randomly break no matter how many mileage you have. It doesn't really matter, it's just kind of random. And yeah, that's just a fear that I kind of have. The good thing is that they do sell the CSC delete kits, where you can basically just remove the risk of that failing and just completely remove it from the car, and basically you don't have to worry about that later on. I don't have that. That is one thing I do want to get, because I mean, I'm only at almost 42,000 miles, So it's still not too old, but I mean, like I said, it can break anytime, anywhere. There's no warning or anything that happens when it occurs. It's just put your clutch pedal in and it doesn't come out. It's just gone. So yeah, the last thing I want to talk about the 370Zs, and the thing I don't like about them are the clutch pedals, or just like the whole clutch pedal assembly in general. If you ever driven a Z, you know how like harsh and kind of like how rough the clutch pedal disengages and engages. Yeah, that's just, I don't know, I didn't like the clutch feel when I first got the car, and I was looking for solutions, and that's where I found the RJM clutch pedal assembly replacement. So yeah, I replaced my clutch pedal assembly with the RJM clutch pedal assembly, and essentially it just completely changes how the clutch engages and disengages, like the mechanism on how your foot plays into it. Yeah, and that made it a lot smoother and a lot more enjoyable to drive. It just doesn't feel as harsh and rough on your feet and knees because of like the constant pushing back and forth of your leg. So yeah, that was a huge mod that I did that completely changed the driving feel, and I would recommend that to any Z driver. I think they have them for 350, 370, and G35s and G37s. So yeah, they have them for all of those, and it's just a big game changer for how the clutch pedal feels. But yeah, the clutch pedals on the car stock, it's pretty rough, and it just, I don't know, it kind of annoyed me when I first started driving it. Yeah, I just realized most of these that I'm talking about are actually all related to manual Zs, except for that steering wheel and the overheating issues. But yeah, pretty much everything else is just related to manuals. So if you have an automatic, most of these problems don't even apply to you, which I guess is a good thing. Anyways guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my top 5 things I don't like about the 370Z Nismo. Overall, they're kind of just nitpick things, not too many major issues except for the oil temps. That's just kind of that's an easy fix though. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'm trying my best to be as consistent as possible with new videos. I'm just having a little trouble of coming up with new ideas, but if you guys have any, leave them down below and I'll try my best to make them. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.